Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, guys. So let's discuss about tourists. Tourists who go to Africa, white and black relationship. What some men tell black girls when they go to Africa about their wife or their fiance. How there are a lot of mixed race children in Africa with no father. Their father has the contract is gone, the man is nowhere to be found, and give those girls false hope, you know. So also the girls too are, I'll have to play some of them. You know this man is married back in Germany, back in Holland, back in UK, and then he come up with this cook and boat story that if my wife is terrible, if I divorce her, she will turn my kids against me. She will take everything away from me. I don't want to be poor. She will take everything away from me. This is what happened. This is the story. Look, when you work in a hotel, you see so many things. You hear so many things. In Africa, it says customer are always right, even when they're wrong. It's what we often say, but oh my God, you can understand, ladies. If you have a man working, if you're a married couple in a relationship and your husband is working in Africa or in any way but far away, make it an habit. Visit him all the time, because this is marriage, this is engagement. You guys are engaged to be married, because you'll be surprised a lot of your husband working in Africa actually have a baby mama or a woman they're actually married to, and this woman in Africa know that you exist, but she know you as an evil wife. She know you as a terrible housewife that just want all his money. If he divorce you, you take his children away, you turn the children against him. You're a terrible person, you're a terrible wife, and those girls believe them. Okay? So our advice, if your husband is working in a faraway country, or your fiance, this is not just boyfriend and girlfriend. This advice, this this topic is about people in a serious commitment relationship, and your husband is in a far distance. You think your husband is not jiggy jiggy? They are beautiful guys everywhere. Like, they are seriously beautiful guys in every country, right? And a lot of those girls, some girls are really desperate, some men too are desperate. Okay, they will say anything just to get a girl. And some of this girl, their country, that a girl will just fall in love with a tourist, even though she don't know the tourist before, she has not been to this tourist country. She'll be willing to get pregnant in just 10 days for this man, thinking if I have a baby for him, he's not going anywhere. If this girl is ending like in a month, she got paid, she's working and she get paid like $100 a month, or 80 or 50, or even $200 a month, and your fiance or your boyfriend like this guy and said, you know what, don't work anymore, I'm going to be, if you date me, I'm going to be giving you, I really love you, my wife is really terrible, my girlfriend is really terrible, I really love you, so I will just give you $500 a month. Of course she will date you. Of course this girl will be desperate, like, oh my God, $500, converting it to African currency is safer, and safer, naira, cedi, Gambia dollars, sorry, Gambia galaxy. Of course, some of them, this is how some of them get pregnant, or some they just want to show off I have a white man. And a lot of time these men would even tell this black girl, I can marry you here, my wife don't have to know about it, you will not come to UK. A lot of your husbands marry our girls back home in Africa, and they have family. When you call them, they will ask the wife to shh, my wife is calling. If she hear your voice, she will ask for it. She will take all my money and turn my kids against me. That's a lie. For you, if you are back home in Africa and you are in this situation, it's not true at all. The women are not terrible. White girls are not terrible, and they are beautiful, because I have a lot of beautiful white friends that are married, few that are, a lot of them that are married. And I tell you, there was one of the girls, I have to look at her and look at her, I said, are you sure you're not black? And she's married. And she was like, why you act? I said, oh my God, you behave like You're white, but the things happening in her marriage, I don't want to go there. I just have to ask, are you sure you're not black? Because this is what a black woman would take. She would want the marriage to work because she don't want people to laugh at her, what people would say, even though she's dying in that relationship, in that house, she will make it work even though she's not happy. I have to just ask. A lot of these girls will be fighting over those white men. The white man will be lying. My wife stopped having sex with me. I caught my wife having sex with my best friend. I caught my wife cheating on me. My wife is evil. If I divorce her, she will just take all my money away. My wife has become ugly. And when you hear those girls talking and saying things like, oh my God, the wife is evil, You even some that even have wife. You see this black girls in that the ones in Africa, they'll start to say things like, oh, I'm going to make sure I collect this man from her, from the wife. I'm going to make sure I will spoil this man to the point that he will forget his wife and his family back in UK, back in America, back in Germany, back in everywhere. I don't know why they do this. And when you ask the girl, when I know there was one time I said, this man have a wife. And the girl was like, but the wife is terrible. Now, ladies here in Europe, in Africa, when an African person in Africa, like in Africa, if I marry now and I divorce an African person, there's no child support. It's what my husband gave me, I go with. And a lot of time in Africa, most women who get divorced, the man don't give them anything. So men can be really evil, and there's no government, there's no system like here in Deutschland or in Europe as a whole that protects child support. There's no child support. There's no anything. You understand? So you see why the women will be feeling like the black girls in Africa, the West African girls will be like, oh, white women are ungrateful. I have even said that before because I didn't know them. I was like, oh my God, why would she be so evil? No, my black sister and brother, if you're in Africa and a white man go after white guy that are not married, that are not in a relationship, like that is engaged to be married. A lot of times they lie to you. White girls are beautiful. My friends are pretty. In every country, there are good girls and bad girls. In every country have that. And the thing is, when the men get divorced by their wife, it's the judge that make the decision. They share everything equally. Imagine you buying a house with your husband and then divorcing you. I know in Africa, government don't protect the women. The children are not being protected. If the man your husband can just kick you out anytime with nothing. But in Europe, it doesn't work like that. If they have kids together, they share the property into three. One part for the children, one part for the wife, and one part for the man. And at the end of the month, the man still pay child support for the children. This is why they always say things like, it will make me poor. It's not the woman's fault. It's the judge that make that. Of course, they were married, they have children, he has to take care of his children. Come on, just because some people in Africa don't do it doesn't mean the law go everywhere in the Europe. So you accepting to marry another man's husband, having a child for him, pretending to be his maid when the wife called. What happened when his contract finished and he go back to UK? What happened when he go back to America? What happened when he go back to Germany? Sweden, Denmark, what happened? And he did not return. What then? There are too many mixed race children in Africa like this. What would you tell your child? Your father have a family and you never went to his country. Who would you call? Those friends they introduced to you, they're just work colleagues. They met there in Africa because they work in the same company, they become friends. They don't know each other. They get to know each other right there in Africa. Stop giving yourself so cheap. I know life is really hard in Africa. There's something they call sugar daddy and sugar baby relationship. Do not get pregnant under 10 days, under 5 days, because he simply tell you horrible story about his white wife or his Asian wife. A lot of them do this, even Indian. In Africa, everybody, if you're Indian, Chinese, Philippines, anyone you are, African people will call you a white man or a white woman, they don't care. I know life is hard everywhere. Once most of the houses your white man is staying in is company that pays for it. Those big 5 bedroom house with swimming pool, with a car, a driver, a cook. He is an expatriate. And that is why they have that to make them feel comfortable. You think the house is paying it with his own money? No, it's the company that is paying for it. When he finishes his contract, someone else will live in that house. He doesn't have that big house here. Now there are a lot of rich guys, white guys that go there for business and to buy gold or do business. They have big house, they live big lifestyle, both in Africa and Europe. That happened, yes. But do you know how much house cost here? The 5 bedroom house with a swimming pool that cost $1,000 in Africa for 1 month cost here thousands of euros. Please, ladies, African girls, they do your research. Wow, don't just get pregnant for a white man because of the horrible story he told you about his wife in Europe and women in Europe or anywhere you are. If your husband or your fiance is working in another country, always try to make sure you visit him or she every 90 days. Play him a visit, surprise him with a visit. Don't leave him too long. Somebody will take him, especially if he's in the low part of the world, the third world, like you people call it. He will get carried away. He will like give a girl, even the ones are in a relationship. I've seen so much in the hotel. I'm like, oh my god, what is happening? These girls will even be willing to marry your husband even though they know you exist. But the part they know is the terrible part about you. At least that's what your husband made them to believe. Always visit your husband if they are outside your country, abroad. It doesn't matter. Ticket is expensive. I know that.